Hello, this is a video about how to set up Google Drive for Couture's classes at West Seattle High School. Basically how to get your resources, turn in your assignments, etc. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is log into your Gmail account that you created. Hopefully an academic Gmail account. I'm going to assume you've already done that for the purposes of this video. Once you've logged into your Gmail account, you're going to learn here how to create a turn-in folder to share work with James Couture at West Seattle High School. So basically you're going to learn how to name and share your turn-in folder. You're going to create a new folder in your My Drive, and I know that's a little bit weird, but everybody in Google has their own My Drive. So in your Drive, you're going to create a folder, and you're going to use the following naming structure: class name dot period number dot last name dot first name hyphen 2017 hyphen 2018. And obviously the class name will depend on which class you're in, and period number, which period, and your last name and first name, etc. Once that folder is created, you need to share that folder with me. In order to do that, you're going to right-click on the folder and choose the Share menu item. Just copy my email address, my Gmail address, into the share box. Don't use my school address because that I can't access Gmail or Google Drive with. When you share your folder, you get to choose whether to make the folder the pencil image, can organize, add, and edit, or the I image, can view only by the person with whom you have shared. For the folder you're going to share with me, for this folder, you need to choose the pencil image, edit, so that I can make comments on your work as part of grading. I'm about to show you what that all looks like. So once you've logged into your Gmail and you use the little 9 boxes, which are somewhere in your Gmail account, these 9 boxes up here, they're all over. Anytime you're in some Google event, you'll see these 9 boxes, and those get you to the Google app. So use those 9 boxes to get to Google Drive. Once you're in Google Drive, it looks sort of like this. Probably the first time you use it, there's like a little slideshow you go through, but basically you'll see probably nothing. In this case, there's a folder in there called Chicken Haggis, but yours will probably have no folders at all in here. There's the My Drive, which is all stuff that's in your drive, computers, files that have been shared with you, recent. You can kind of figure those out on your own. They're sort of obvious. But basically you won't have the file I need you to have when you first log into your My Drive in Google Drive. So when you get there, you're going to click on the New button, this big blue New button up at the top left of every Google Drive root page, basically. And that gives you various options, including a More option, which creates an even longer drop-down menu and other things you can create, but you don't need to worry about that right now. So basically, you're going to click the New button, and then you're going to drag the mouse down and over the folder button, because you're going to create a new folder. If you're going to create a new document, like a Word doc, you use this one, a new Excel spreadsheet, a new slideshow, whatever. But in this case, you're doing New, Folder, Click. And that will bring up a little dialog box, basically, the New Folder dialog box, and that'll have Untitled Folder in it highlighted, so anything you start typing will replace that phrase right there. And this is where you type in the stuff that identifies the folder that you're about to share with me. So you're going to do the class name. So for instance, if you're in my AP World class, you type that, then a period, then the period number, in this case, first period, then a period, and then your last name, in this case, Hufrasnus, a period, your first name, in this case, Julio. So this kid's name would be Julio Hufrasnus, and they'd be in my AP World History Period 1 class. So AP World 1, Hufrasnus Julio, hyphen 2017-2018. This is a long name, but on the other hand, like if you do use Google for a long time, you'll end up with a lot of folders, so this will identify the folder. If you screw any of this stuff up, it's really easy to fix, so try and get as close to this as possible so that the folder's named right before you share it with me. So type in that stuff. Then you click the Create button down here, and that will then do this. So now you'll have a new folder that is named basically the way you're supposed to be the turn-in folder for my class, and it'll show up in alphabetical order if you have clicked the Name button with the arrow up. If you click the Name button again, it'll be reverse alpha, owner, last modified, also do stuff. But in this case, you'll see the folder you just created, and that's the one you're going to want to share with me. Now you'll notice this Chicken Haggis folder has a little person glyph on the folder because that one is shared with someone, but this one, which has no glyph at all, is not shared at all. It's just a blank folder there. So what we need to do now is share that folder with me. So you right click on it, and that brings down a drop down menu, and you click obviously the share button. When you click the share button, that will bring up another dialog box, and you can now share the folder with anyone you want. So in this case, someguy@gmail.com. You'll use my actual teacher email address here, the one that I gave you in the email I sent you. So type in the email address for James Couture in here. And then you'll notice over here there's a pencil thing. That's actually what you want to show. I'll tell you in a second what other things you can do. But basically, if you just type in my email address, my Gmail address, and click send, then I will now have the thing that I need from you, the turn-in folder, shared with me. So if you do that, or actually if you decide to do something else, and that it has to do with this pencil image over here, if you click on the pencil image, it gives you two options. You can do view only, can view only, and it defaults to can organize, add, and edit. You want that for me because I'm going to be grading your papers in this folder. But if you do ever want a folder that somebody can see the stuff but not mess with it, you can set it with a little eye image and can view only. So if you click on this, it'll have a little eye there instead of a pencil. This is useful, like say you wanted to share with your parents but not have them be able to like mess with your work or accidentally erase it or something like that. If you do want to share with me as a pencil so I can edit it, that's great. And your parents demand that you share view only with them, you can do that. So you would have two email addresses there. You probably won't bother to do that though, I would imagine. So you'll probably just do the one where you just type in my email address, have the pencil, click send. If you do that, it will then show up like it did before. Only this time you'll now see that there is a little share glyph on there, and that means that it's shared with someone. If you right click on this, you can figure out by clicking that share button again who it's shared with, and it's probably shared with me. I'll be giving you some instructions about what to do with this folder, what to turn in, but basically anything that you would drag and drop into that folder will now be visible by me. You could also create stuff in that folder, documents, other folders, and then I will immediately be able to see and edit those folders. So almost all the work that I grade or that we share, that's sort of general work, you will turn into this folder for me. So that's kind of where the work is, that I will be able to check your work anywhere and help you with stuff and make comments and things like that. All right, so that's how to make a folder and how to share that folder with me. Hope that was helpful. Thank you. Bye.